Hey guys, so I'm back with another K-pop concert chronicles, and it's none other than Infinite. Now before I start with Infinite, I completely forgot to actually talk about the actual show with BAP. I don't know, I guess I just wanted to get, I was talking about everything else and I completely forgot about the actual show. So I will talk about that in the next video when I talk about Live on Nerve 2014 before I get onto the video. So yeah, so Infinite, I actually got into Infinite through Infinite H. You know, my friend India, she told me about Infinite Age, and I only one I knew was Dongwoo because I've seen pictures on my dash on Tumblr, and I knew of L, but I didn't really know what he looked like, but he sounded familiar to me. So I got into Infinite Age, and then I got into Infinite when it came out with Destiny, and I really liked the song. And then right after that, I got into Teen Top, so I was pretty much listening to just those two groups for a while. And then I found out that they were coming to New York for their One Great Step tour, and I was really excited because this was my first time seeing Infinite. So at the time, I was working at my new job. So at the time, I was delivering newspapers. So the thing was, I worked every night, and being the fact that I wanted to actually take off that night of the show so I didn't have to rush back from New York back to my job to deliver papers. But stuff happened, I wasn't able to take off, so I had to go to New York, go to the show, and then go to work. But I'll talk about that in a minute. So the day of the show, I come to New York, I meet up with India, and we went to K-Town as we always do. I went to the bookstore on 32nd, and I got, what did I get? Oh, I got Infinite H's Fly High and Shiny's Everybody, if I'm not mistaken. And the thing was, now before I got these albums, I actually had bought a light stick, a wristband, and some buttons for the show, but I didn't end up getting them until the day of the show. So I'm already in New York when they came in the mail, so I didn't actually get to use my light stick. But I had bought a hoodie for the show because it was November, and I figured I'll get a hoodie so I won't be cold, and you know, show my love for Infinite and stuff like that. So that's like the only Infinite thing I had when it came to the show. So we were just chilling in New York for a while, just trying to kill time. What did we do? So we went to, after we went to K-Town, we went to the bookstore on 41st. It's right across the street from Bryant Park. I'm not sure if I talked about it in the last video, but it's right across the street from Bryant Park on 41st Street. And honestly, I wouldn't buy anything from there because it's just so damn expensive. Like, I mean, it's 3 floors, and they don't just sell, like, you know, Japanese books and stuff. They sell all types of books, but the first floor, when you walk in, that's like the main floor, and they sell, like, they have like books and stuff. And then you go downstairs, I think that's like, they have magazines. If you go upstairs to the 3rd floor, they have like a little cafe, and they have like a corner where like someone's like selling, like, you know, some stuff over there. But the rest of the store, well, the floor, they have manga and anime and stuff like that, and I think like DVDs and stuff like that. But it's just so expensive, and if you go there, don't think you're gonna find a whole bunch of Girls' Generation or Super Junior or Shiny, like people that are really popular in Japan. It's not gonna happen. Like, I think I seen one Big Bang album, Daesung's Japanese album. I didn't see any Girls' Generation. And I think they had Shiny's Boy Mishu, but that album was like $50 by itself. I was like, yeah, no. So it's cool to look at, but I personally wouldn't spend that money on that album when I can probably find it somewhere cheaper. Maybe, I don't know. But so after that, it was getting kind of late, getting close to showtime. So unfortunately, it's kind of hard getting a cab in New York. So we had to walk from 41st back to 34th. If I'm not mistaken. I think it's like 34th or 35th I just know that it's the Hammerstein Ballroom is right around the corner. It's like up the street, like a block over from Penn Station. So we get there, and now my friend, she had the pit, and she had early entry. I didn't. I was on the first balcony. So the whole line was just unorganized. Like, I'm thinking, you know, how normally when you go to concerts, early entry are on one side and everyone else on the other. No, everyone was just mixed together. We were wrapped around the building, and someone from the, you know, from Hammerstein had to go around the, you know, the line collecting people that had early entry. So I get inside, and I bought a t-shirt which was $40. I didn't end up wearing it. I ended up selling it like months later because it didn't fit. So I finally get upstairs, and how they had the seats were like, they were like all like literally like connected to each other. So I'm a big girl, so it's kind of, I'm like barely on the seat, and I'm like kind of wedged in between these two people. So I was kind of like in a weird position during the show. So before the show started, they were playing videos. So they were playing Infinite videos and just Willem videos, period. And then the show starts, and then Infinite comes out with, oh God, what they start up with? Destiny? They start with Destiny? They start with Destiny. And, you know, they start the show. The show was so good. Like, the boys look amazing. They sound amazing. They're dancing. And then I just happened to look at the pit, and I just see people moving from side to side, like collectively. And I just had a feeling that it was so, like, it just wasn't right. And during the show, I just happened to look down, and I just see girls getting pulled out the crowd. Like, every couple minutes is some girl getting pulled out the crowd. And it made me nervous because I'm thinking, oh my God, are they hurt? Did they pass out? Like, I don't know. Sorry. So, it made me a little nervous because I'm just thinking, it was just really insane. I can just tell from the first balcony looking down that shit was getting real in that pit. So, and I think at one point, was it Dongwoo had to tell people to, like, calm down, because it just, like, you can just tell, like, if you were at the show and you were on, like, the balcony, if you look down the pit, you know, like, shit was going down in that pit. And that's the reason why I don't do pits at concerts, period. I don't have time for it. I'm not built for that shit. And I think I'm going to do a video on how to survive K-pop shows. I've been to enough to know what to do and what not to do. I'll do that in the video later on. But that was just kind of like the downfall, like one downfall of the show. Other than that, the show was actually just really great. Now the thing was, with me, I wasn't familiar with all their songs. I only knew like the singles, because when I was trying to get into Infinite, I was kind of like listening to Teen Top a little more than Infinite, and my mom was sitting here like, how you gonna go see Infinite and you don't know their songs? So I was trying to familiarize myself with more of their stuff. But I mean, I know more of the songs now than I did when the show happened. But other than that, the show was great. Everyone had their solos. I think the first solos were, oh God, it was Sungjong and Sungyul. They had a set. Then it was, you know, Infinite H, Dongwoo and Hoya. Then Sungyu had his solo, and I swear to God, those girls were going bonkers when he had his solo. And after Sungyu was L. Now in the beginning, I used to get L and Woohong confused, but yeah, L had his solo, and then Woohong was last. So I'm watching him perform, and then the girl next to me, she's like, he's gonna come on the balcony. I'm looking at her like, yeah, girl. Like 2 seconds later, he comes on my side of the balcony, and I'm like 6 rows away from him. I swear to God, if I was like in the first row, I probably would have lost my shit. But he came up on the first, the first balcony where I was, and he was walking through the crowd, and he was singing and shit, and everybody was like up on their feet trying to get to him, and he like saying to some girl, and I just actually looked at the pit, and the pit literally like turned around to look at the balcony because everyone was like wondering what the hell was going on. And like he literally like went through the first balcony, and like people like completely lost their shit. But honestly, like the show was so good, and like they showed like during the show they showed the video, I guess a video they made for the show for what song was that? I can't think of the name of the song. An Inconvenience Truth. They did a video for that. If you haven't been to the show, or it's probably on YouTube somewhere if you look for it, but they did a little video for that, and they showed that during the show. And they kind of had like a little mini movie short film thing throughout the show. Don't even ask me to try to explain what it was about, but like I said, if you go look for it, it'll be on YouTube somewhere, hopefully. And at the end, the thing that kind of made me mad, because it was like right before Dongwoo's birthday, and I'm thinking the crowd's gonna sing like happy birthday to him. I think I may have heard like a couple people, but it wasn't like the whole crowd, which kind of made me mad, because I kind of wish, because it was like the last show before they had to go, back to Korea. But and then the one thing I can't stand is when Dongwoo cries, because when he cries so hard, and like it just really hurts your soul to watch him cry. That's like him and Jungyeon. I can't watch them cry, because like when they cry, you want to cry. But I mean, like I said, overall, besides the bullshit with the pit, the show was great, and I hope Infinite comes back again. I'm not sure when they will, but I really hope they come back, because besides the stuff with the pit, I really did enjoy myself, and I absolutely love Infinite. So, but yeah, so I've been talking for 12.5 minutes, and yeah, so that was pretty much my story about Infinite when it came to New York 2013. So my next video will be BAP Live on North 2014. And like I said, I will talk about the show for 2013 in that video. So again, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later.